Hello guys and gals, me Mudahar, and welcome back to Cancelled Gaming. No, this series was not cancelled, it just wasn't done for a while, but this episode is about a certain game that I wanted to cover for a while called Freelancer 2 or Project Lonestar. What is Freelancer 2, you may ask? Well, it was supposed to be the sequel to the original Freelancer, released on March 4, 2003. Freelancer is a PC-exclusive space trading and combat simulator that gave players the ability to do pretty much what they wished in the vast regions of space. The game had an engrossing cinematic storyline centered around an individual named Edison Trent. It also had epic space battles as well. The game would allow players to start an economic empire in the vast region of space, take missions from numerous individuals, or gain the trust and hate from numerous factions. Freelancer also showcased exquisite visuals for its time, despite being set on older graphic technology powering a game such as Starlancer. The game was designed by Chris Roberts, who developed the very successful Wing Commander franchise. Freelancer was well received, receiving a Metacritic rating of 85 and generally good scores among many game reviewing publications, and it sold quite well commercially. To this day, the game possesses some incredibly deep modifications and some deep multiplayer with widely populated player-hosted servers. So, with such positivity, the game was bound to have a sequel, right? Right, Freelancer 2 or Project Lonestar was meant to come out on the Xbox 360 exclusively, bringing the series into the next generation. 2 videos of the game exist showing what appears to be real-time gameplay, although it's not exactly confirmed. One video you're looking at on the screen appears to be a ship going into a space garage, exchanging ships. The game looks really good, even by today's standards, and the atmosphere is definitely spot on for a space simulator, showcasing the dark, open nature of space. This next video also showcases this atmosphere as well, showcasing this nebula technology, or realistic-looking clouds in space. The clouds look incredibly realistic and appear to be reacting volumetrically. Past this, no other footage really exists. Now moving on to the big question, why did this game even get cancelled? Well, that's not a question that has a definite answer, but one of the biggest reasons is that the company behind Freelancer 2's development, Digital Anvil, actually dissolved. After being purchased by Microsoft Game Studios on December 5, 2000, the team eventually dissolved in November 2005. Microsoft redeployed the company's employees to Microsoft Game Studios headquarters. Some key staff ended up teaming with members from Warthog Games, or Gizmondo. Yeah, we can talk about that later. But these individuals ended up forming Embryonic Studios, which was then acquired by TT Games in 2007 and finally ended up becoming TT Fusion. Now that is a metric ton of company formations and acquisitions. But that's really the reason why the game got cancelled. But in all honesty, it seems the game may have just gotten cancelled so that Microsoft could put the talent behind something with a little more return. It was rumored that the remnants of Digital Anvil, now transferred to Microsoft Game Studios, began helping out Rare and Ensemble Studios with their respective projects. Maybe Freelancer 2 wasn't their hard-hitting title, and in the end these developers are looking for the highest return and profit from the products. And in that aspect, it makes sense. But is all hope lost for Freelancer 2? Yes and no. It appears that the game may not have an official sequel. Maybe we might get lucky if it's a launch title for the next generation Xbox, but the closest thing we have is a dogfight mission from Halo Reach. But the developer behind the original game, Chris Roberts, has announced his newest title under publisher Cloud Imperium Games. This game is called Star Citizen, the spiritual successor, if you will, to Freelancer. This PC-exclusive game utilizes a modified version of CryEngine 3, offering gorgeous visuals using the power of today's high-end computers. This gameplay, as far as I know that you're seeing on the screen, is alpha footage of the game, showcasing its combat. Any frame rate issues have yet to be rectified, and optimization will hopefully come soon. The game definitely allows for that same freedom in Freelancer, hell, even more. The game is fan-funded with a Kickstarter backed by over 34,000 backers and over $2 million already pledged, well above the $500,000 goal. The game is stated to come out in November 2014, and more good news is that the Elite series also makes a return as well, called Elite Dangerous, developed by David Braben. The game also boasts spectacular visuals and procedural generation, much like the other Elite games in the franchise, and is also Kickstarter funded with a total of over 25,000 backers and over £1.5 million pledged. So it's clear the public wants space simulators, and with the power of today's hardware, it's definitely exciting to see what these developers will do with the tech given to them. In the end, it's great to see Freelancer 2 making an unofficial return. It's great to see these games coming out. And in the end, what do you think of the Freelancer series? Would you be excited in getting either of these two games coming out in the near future? And if you have a certain cancelled game that you want for cancelled gaming in the future, please tell me in the comments below. This has been somewhat the return of cancelled gaming, and if you like what you saw, then like, comment, and subscribe. This is me, Mudahar, and I'm out.